Hello, everyone. Welcome. Core Set 2021 has returned in Quick Draft, and as I like to do when Quick Draft of some format makes a return to Arena, we give it a try and poke the bots, see if anything has changed, see if what we remembered from the last time the format was around with bots, if that's still true. And in this case, it's M21. And in this case, my recollection of where the bots were at is that Naya aggro stuff is where you want to be. Green-white counters. Boros, aggro. White is first and foremost what I'm looking to be in. Because if you start white, you can pivot to Boros or Selesnya +1/+1 tokens. Both of those are very good. I've also done fine in bot core set 2021 bot drafting with red-green. If you get the good, the Pteranodons and the burn spells and the good removal. So, but basically, yeah. So we're gonna head in forcing Naya aggro. I don't know what form that's going to take, but we are definitely forcing Naya aggro, and we're going to try and lean white if we can. And we're going to see what shape these bots are in. I know what shape your tabletop magic will be in if you start making Card Kingdom your store of choice for acquiring them. It's going to be in great shape. You're going to have everything you need for your tabletop magic experience, whether it's sealed product, singles, supplies. It's all there. If you're short on cash, always remember that they offer more cash for magic cards on average than any seller in the industry that I've ever experienced. If you've got info that counters that claim, I'd love to hear it. I have never found a place that offers better buy prices than Card Kingdom. That is a true statement, and if you check them out, you're going to find it should be true for you too. And I love their inventory too. Good to float some credit with them. They give you a 30% store credit, and you're going to be able to get whatever you want with that credit when the mood strikes you. So keep on doing that. And also, I'm going to remind you about our friend Oni Spumoni. He has a store at spumoniworks.com, and if you use the Go Shopping discount code, you'll get 15% off the sweet pins and other merch you'll find there, and you'll help get me hiring Oni to do some work on my channel. So that would be cool. We're going to spend 5,000 gold and jump in. Bot draft means we don't have to, there's no pressure to pick here. We can just take our time. Animal Sanctuary, not where we want to be, even though this could be kind of funny in some decks. And let me get out of your way too. I know how this works. I don't bot draft often. Usually I haven't had an opportunity to switch by now. Probably just Hunter's Edge, given how we're forcing things. It's not incredible first pick. If this were against humans, I might just take the Watcher and see if we can do a Watcher deck. There's also Gale Swooper if we wanted to stick to the white plan. But really, green, white, +1/+1 counters is where I want to be anyway, and this is a fine start towards that. Scourge, speaking of fine starts towards that, Wildwood Scourge pays you off big time for doing the +1/+1 counter thing. I also love a Llanowar Visionary, but this is a perfect follow-up with what we're trying to do here. Now it's kind of blank, honestly. This is a really bad pack. I don't like anything in it at all. Like, at all. Wow, this is a bad pack. We take a spinner to cut colors. Sticking to the plan, we'll take a Dryad on that front here. Funny, right now we don't have any ability to put counters on Dryad since it's all green. This is not a great top deck, but you only need to cast a couple of non-green spells before this is a fine value. So, and then also when this gets counters, it's going to naturally increase the Scourge as well. So we'll take it. Oh yeah, we're totally forcing Radiantware. Nope, no Golgari. I do not see blue and black cards in this format. I do not see them. Dreadmaw or Dub? We'll take Dreadmaw. Here we go. Feet. Don't fail me now. Tranodon is great and is single colored, but this is the linchpin card of this whole thing. So we're taking the feet. Windscarred, I don't know, it could help us splash, but we're never splashing in here. Practically want a Defiant Strike in case we're low on playables. Like, I just don't think we can't be Boros from here, and I don't want to splash, so I'm just going to take this strike. Chorister, fine pickup. Back to our opening pick. This doesn't really do anything, even against flyers, and we're best of one anyway. I'm going to take... actually, it's possible... I think Sentinel might be better, given the natural 4 power. I never want to play a Sentinel, but if I've got a bunch of Pteranodons and not a lot of ways to get them going, I'll play a Sentinel. It's an aggressive body. I suppose if you're like trying to curve out, but I can't do it. I think this thing is terrible. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather take the bad Death Toucher. Here I'll take this land because we could end up in red-green. And on that front, you can actually play Furor of the Bitten in such decks. We'll take that on spec, but I don't think we're going to do red here. So much white is going around, you can actually main deck Run-a-Fowls if you're low on interaction. Fetters here. Acolyte or Fetters is what we're looking at, really. Dragonfire is the type of card that gets you into the red side of Naya. Rare. This is a fancy rare that really plays like a 6/6 trample for 6 in limited, which is okay, but like whatever. No, red is all like yes, but red is one of the frequently open colors. I'm taking the Acolyte and playing into our synergies, but it's that was a very close call. Visionary is easy here. Training. Mauler gets counters, so there's that. I think training first. I take Mauler if they're randomly around, but I don't care about them, so we'll take them late if they show up. But some trainings do the thing. Yeah, bots tend to leave Naya aggro open, so that I go into, or at least testing that theory. And this is not my first M21 quick draft since it returned. I did play one last night, which is kind of why I was interested in doing this today. And certainly it seemed like the good decks were Naya aggro. Yeah, this is all we've got. Not taking Gnarled Sage or... Although we could take Gnarled... Gnarled Sage is better than Steed because it at least has natural 4 power. But we're exploring this, so like maybe we're learning. Hey, maybe they tightened up the bots and white isn't just wildly available. No, we're doing the science, D. That's part of what we're exploring here. Yeah, we can take a replicator on spec, but I don't think this is gonna make it. I'm gonna put it in the board right now. There was nothing there for us though. T growth. All right, here's another one. Here's the other one. Consider those. Doggy coming back. Like, Watchdog consistently wheeling is one of the things the bots do. Return to Nature is main deckable, but we're going to try not to. Mutt is what I'd rather actually run. I don't think Battlements is that playable. I like it in the Skies deck, but I've never been too impressed with it when I'm trying to win on the ground. Ooze is a nice rare to start with, but we do have another Acolyte. Can make a case for the Acolyte here. What's our curve look like? I think second Acolyte might be more important than Ooze. And second Acolyte definitely better than second Swooper. No, this deck isn't good yet. I say yet, though. We got a whole pack here. Feet. We'll take a Peggy over the Uprising. Low on threes. Could just take a Wingmare. Let's take a Wingmare instead on 3. Probably wheel the Peggy anyway. Pride Malkin is perfect. I'd rather have the Flyer. I don't... Battalion's okay, but I'd rather have the Flyer. We'll take a Battalion here, though. Shieldmate. Might have to play it. Although with Truffle... Also good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. That's not where I want to be, but I'm not going to take a Shieldmate here. Here we go. That's a 2 I like. And another. Track down, run afoul. We're not playing any of this. I'll take a land. I mean, maybe there's a world we play track down. I'll throw it in the board. Take this land over battlements. Right. I still don't think this is a battlements deck. I like casting spells. Battalion came back anyway. Short Sword is playable in this kind of deck, especially if you have a bunch of the Pteranodons, but we didn't really get any Pteranodons. We'll consider Sword and Dub and stuff. Shieldmate came back too. I'm putting him in the board because I don't think we need him. This definitely isn't a... Let's cut the obvious stuff. No Sage. No... None of this. Yeah, I think this shows you, right, the green-white was open. I think the cards just weren't there in the pack. Dreadmaw seems slow, but we do have a Visionary. It's nice to have, like, I'm fine with one Dreadmaw at the top end. But, I mean, we got to cut some stuff, so there's also, like, the Short Sword or the Dub, you know, these small things we could consider. I could use a bio break, so I'm going to let you think about this while I do that. What would have made this better is just more feats. The uncommon gold +1/+1 counter would have been nice. Pteranodons, where we could have taken them, would have been nice. And more visionaries. So I'm just naming, like, yeah, it is meh, but we're still playing it. Feat of Resistance on Kieran Dryad is fun. +2/+2 snap, you know. But think about cuts, and I'll be right back. I'm back. I didn't even check my numbers. They're 18-7. First, is there anything, like, do anybody feel we need to bring in this stuff? I don't think so. So let's work with what we've got. Yeah, we could just cut the replicators, but if you took 2 or more non-land, non-token with the same name, so they do work on each other if you play, but we don't have a lot of other dupes. We've got 2 battalions, 3 doggies. Is it only creatures? Well, we have 2 trainings. I think we can actually run these. I like the Defiant Strike out. I don't like cutting all of our interaction. I kind of like cutting a Snare Spinner. Although it's part of our early drops. We did get all these doggies, though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 early drops if we do that. I liked having some interaction still. That's the thing. I mean, we don't have a lot. Like, look, if we have a couple of feats, but you know, I mean, if we had a 3rd feat, of course we would play it. I know Titanic Growth is no feat of resistance, but it is some interaction, and I think we need that. I'd rather cut our least appealing 3-drop in that case, bringing back the Snare Spinner and cutting either Wingmare or Truffle Snout. Wingmare... Yeah, we could cut a land, that's true. Although, with that, we're playing Dreadmaw. I don't generally like running 16 with a 6-drop, but we do have Llanowar Visionary to help with flow and mana. Yeah, we have tons of creatures. That's why I'm trying to look for we're 18-6, so I'm looking to eliminate a creature, but I can't eliminate a creature that has a dupe. Maybe we do just get rid of the Dreadmaw. Yeah, we could cut Dreadmaw and a land. What if we cut Dreadmaw and a land... and then bring another card back, and then bring like Shieldmate, Mutt, maybe Mutt. I don't like any. This is the best card out. We can even bring back like the Defiant Strike. It just kind of cycles and keeps us low down. Or we keep bringing a Return to Nature, and because this definitely has targets. This is one of those. Yeah, we can just bring in a sword, buff the creatures. That's true. All right, let's do sword then. It was on the short list. It's like strike, Shieldmate, dub, sword. All right, this is Naya Force Test. Bot test. Gonna get on with it here. Update this stuff. We're actually on our free-to-play account. Not sure how many games I'm going to play, gang, especially YouTube viewers. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I'm not sure I'm going to play this whole event today. So, might be a partial or a part 2 situation. That's a nice keep. Nice. So we get Watchdog into Visionary now. Griffinary, I think, is going to be too slow. We should be able to run over that. Oh, here. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Should be here. Appreciate the reminder. You like Truffle versus a 3/3? I'm a play your ramp kind of guy. Now we have battalion training next turn. Train the doggy. Good boy. No, I don't want to play Golem until we have a pair for it. I'm going to try and find a pair, if we can. We'll see. We'll do it if we have to, but if I have other things to do, I'm going to try and get our pair going. And battalion... Play battalion and could attack with everything, including the visionary next turn, and get the counter going. Yeah, I'll do that. I think we can pull that off next turn. We might be in a spot where the visionary can't attack, but the truffle snout is also 3 power, so we're not giving up any power to try the battalion play. Rob's favorite meme. I want to maybe I'll send an email to Duncan and Hat, but I have a. Have you seen the Geico commercial with the tag team, the new tag team ice cream commercial where they say scoop? There it is. I'm just saying we could have a lose the game meme that actually used scoop. Yeah, sorry. Hunter's Edge and attack is what we're going to do. I was having fun with memes. Hey, if you watch professional sports, you still expose yourself to television commercials. Interesting. Well, we lost our matching battalion for the Chrome Replicator. We get Truffle Snout Battalion here after attacking even, so we're just going to send both, drop 2 more creatures.
You can be a big pig too.
To you I say, die. Scoop! There it is. The question is, what's the magic joke besides scoop? There it is. Like, we need like something with scoop in the art. Something with a scoop in the art, or like the bucket lands. Oh, it's all a thing.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Just keep giving us the play and great hands, Magic Gods. All right. No 2 here, but obviously we're going to keep. If we can find one of our 2s, this hand is insano. No. No 2, but I have a better 3. I'd rather play Visionary than Pride Malkin, so that's good. Interesting. All right, we have 5 total mana available. If we Wingmare, we can't training the Wingmare because it'll be more expensive. I want to get another creature out before we Acolyte. So it's really probably about Pride Malkin. Yeah, can't do Wingmare plus training, right? That's the problem. So... Or I can do training first. If we want to put it on the Visionary, that's fine. But I was thinking we want training on the flyer. I'm going to go Pride Malkin, counter on Visionary. And then training on Pride Malkin. Just uses all the mana and sets up for the Acolyte next turn. Acolyte with feet backup even. Hunter's Edge changes things. I think we're just going to take out their Pride Malkin now instead. And it's a bit of a telegraph to send in just the Pride Malkin, but here we are telegraphing. Go ahead and block, Oppo. I dare you. Feet! Don't fail me now. All right. This is a slight non-bow. In order to feat and kill the Pride Malkin, I'm going to lose the training, but we did already get the card off it, and I'm not going to lose the Pride Malkin over this, so... Slight non-bow, but worth it. Well, that's true. Yeah. That was an interesting punt. My mindset is got to choose the color of the creature blocking, but that was a punt. Pablo has it right. Any color would have worked. We just needed to add a counter. So I should have gone like pro white, and then we'd have a 4/3 with the training still on it. Really? But look, they only had a 2/1. I did do the math. Our 4/3 to their 2/1 seems good. Oh, sorry. We're just lagging. True. Gotcha. True had it too. We're just lagged. No, I'm going to, with this, with having drawn the sword, I'm going to go with Kitty and then sword is going to be what's up here. Good call, Pablo. Sorry I missed that one. Darn it. But, you know, my heuristics ultimately serve me well. I make a lot of punts because my mind is executing the defaults that it has so long put in place. And overall, those defaults do really good work for me. It's just that the one of the biggest source of punts I have is me failing to override my defaults when appropriate. Yeah, I like stomping. I like it when my deck works and my opponent loses. That's like my favorite thing in Magic. Well, if the games are all this long, we'll just go ahead and 7-0 real quick, okay? Hey, I didn't make this ranking system. Everybody getting real meta out here now. Blowing my poor old mind. I recommend it. I think Naya aggro was just the best place to be in the format against humans, and when the bots are letting you have it, might as well lean that direction. Gonna go ahead and drop a Dryad here and get it pumped up with all this white stuff behind. Wizards asks somewhat randomly if you enjoyed the game to set a baseline. You can think of it as a baseline pulse of your game, right? What is the heartbeat of your game? Players enjoy 73% of their games. Time after time, pretty consistent, 73%, right? And then you introduce a new feature, and suddenly happiness goes to 78%. And you're like, oh, cool. The new feature worked because our happiness has gone up. So by setting a baseline, you can make changes to your system and establish whether... oh, look, Wing, this is going to make it so we can't cast our feet this turn, unfortunately. But I think I'm going to offer the Dryad anyway. You could look contextually. Certainly, you could do a data dive. Like if you were trying to understand what aspects of, you could certainly slice up. Okay, when people face like, hey, there's a strong correlation between turn 1 ruin crabs and people saying they don't like the game, right? That could actually. That's the type of thing that could influence R&D. You could start, R&D can start breaking up the data and learning from it, So it's really weird, but that is what it's about. All right, well, let's doggy and then prepare to feat of resistance on blocks. Trying to click quick so they don't maybe snuff out, but they do. They snuff out the feat. Maybe they just didn't want to trade with it. We could also just make a replicator and make another one next turn. Then this is let's see if they want to even attack through this. But let's start with an attack of our own. So now they're happy to attack, which suggests they've got a feat or whatever of their own. We're not going to block. We're just going to take this. And we'll do our own stuff when we have our own feats available. I don't think it would have been a trade, though, Mike. I'm just going to wait, and we won't play Replicator next turn. That's interesting, because now we might have to. Now we will. I wasn't going to play Replicator, but we could even... Oh, maybe I still won't. I still won't, because we can Feat of Resistance the Replicator for pro-white, knock off the Faith, and let it block the incoming without pain. So we are definitely taking a turn off from the Replicator. Now, Mike says Replicator get 2. I'm going to be Sneaky Sneak. Sneaky Sneak! And they're gonna they might block the one, but no, that's all right. We got 2 feats ready. I love this. 2 left feet, but they're feet. How you like me now? I like putting the doggy on the cur, make him pump. And then, yeah, you like taking out the vigilance. I like blocking the cur because in order for this to even be a trade, they've got to spend 2 of their mana on the pump. Of course, if they got their own feet, it's not going to matter. But let's make them spend their mana, I think. I think Oppo misunderstood the color. I understand they look pretty similar. That's unfortunate for Oppo. I don't. I'm sorry that they screwed up their play because of you know, the closeness of white to artifact. That is a do nothing. Cruising. I'll keep going a little more here. Maybe we'll make it to the end. These games are not taking long, so... I just got a busy afternoon coming up. Going first on the play. No 2 yet, but this looks fine. With no 2, I'm going to go Blossoming Sands on 1 over the sword. If we end up not playing the sword until turn 4 or whatever because we find a 2-drop, that's great. When you say this format, D, do you mean bot draft or just M21 in general? I mean, I would go mono in any format in which a table said, here, you're the only color, you're the only person drafting this color, but that's about the only times... Unless it's a format designed to produce monocolored decks like Eldraine or Shadowmoor, I'm unlikely to end up in a monocolored deck unless the table has said you're the only one in it. And I have yet to see enough of individual enough of one color in bot draft to do that. No. Yeah, there was Eldraine, Shadowmoor, and then there was like M10, M11, M12, something in the early M range had payoffs for tons of planes. There's a core set that had payoffs for basic lands of one type that made it worth it sometimes in that format. Let's see. Let's get, in this case, big, like, the thing is, ramping into a replicator doesn't seem like it's going to be doing much, although, whereas next turn we can Visionary and equip Short Sword. So let's play Snouty Snouts here.
He's a big pig. Yup, yup. You can be a big pig too.
Could also do Battalion, but we're not going to trigger it next turn. So yeah, I'm going to do Visionary here. Yeah, I was part of the team that made that decision, Pally, and it was basically the feeling that people get a little more frustrated with mana losses in best of one because there isn't that chance to say, well, I'm going to get you in the next two. And even though you get to lose a similar number of games in Premier before you're out of the event as you do in best of three, there was just a way in which it feels so lousy to have my one shot at this opponent and they get me because of mana screw and I didn't get another shot. So tightening it up to make it a little better on that front was the idea there. Here we have a nice 2-spell turn. We get to 6 mana. We get to Battalion, which is going to set up a nice attack next turn. And if both battalions live, our Replicator triggers off the double battalion. So this is a fine situation for us. It's not deterministic either. There's a misunderstanding in the community about the choosing of the hands, and it's understandable because frankly, Wizards hasn't explained it very well. But it looks at your land spell ratio in your deck as a whole, and then leans towards giving you the hand that is more reflective of your land spell ratio in the deck as a whole. But it only leans towards it. Is it not deterministic? It is not guaranteed. It is a smoother, not an absoluter. What I want to know is how it incorporates spell lands into the calculation. Gonna play Replicator first. If they do something to kill Battalion mid-combat, I don't want the Replicator to come up dry, so I'm gonna telegraph a little bit what we've got by playing this out. And with Chorister, we're sending everything, and I don't care what lives or dies. If I want to take a turn off the Chorister, I could move the equip to the Visionary, and then it couldn't be double blocked in dead. But if we want to trade Visionary for Survivor, I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna, yeah, we could keep the Visionary back, but I don't care. Like, why do we care? If they want to double block the Visionary, aren't we fist pumping? I say take the Visionary, Oppo. Take it. G'dan Moore's my kind of mather. I mean, if this is not a reading stream, I suppose we're supposed to be a mather stream, but we don't seem to be either. We're a memeing stream.
walking here. I'm walking here. I'm gonna do it. Me that way.
What do you mean, Flash Gordon approach? Open fire!
Might as well run all these. We never got to see much of them.
Archer. Archer? Archer. Archer! Archer! What? God!
Oppo in the tank or has left has left the building. One of the two. I think you're dead, Oppo. How about you let us all off the hook? There we go. Well, now I think I'll just run this out. I mean, the games are taking 10 seconds. We're crushing it. Most of the time is spent on me running memes and Oppo being in the tank, it seems. Note, though, 4 wins. Pally, to model what I'm talking about. If I were offline right now, hit 4 wins, I'm out. But we're here for fun of streaming. We're gonna try and play this one out, I guess. Going first. Still looking for a 2, but we'll keep. We got sword on 1. We got any land to a couple of options on 3. Yeah, after I win 4 times, I'd switch to one of my other accounts and generate better gold. I'm like, am I in constructed? Like, I only ever see speaker in constructed. Whew! Glad we found this land, or this speaker could be trouble for us. It still might, but we're going to start with the visionary and see if we can't block that speaker. Yeah, if they can gain life right here, they get an angel. That I kind of am rooting for it. That would be incredible. I've never seen anybody go speaker on 1 in limited and get there by turn 3. Wow! Golf clap for Oppo. I mean, what are you going to do about that? That's just nuts. I guess we start by suiting up and attacking and trying to get them below so they don't get any more. No next game. How about we win this anyway? You'll see. It's a good block. They have kind of read the feat, but by not taking any damage, they get to make another angel next turn. We still want a big visionary, though. But we had to make him do it, Radiant. Where like what else is there to be done but try and get him to get this thing, try and get him below 29. You know, it's all we can do. Yeah. I'm not saying you were suggesting it wasn't a good attack. I'm just explaining to those watching that we were hoping they wouldn't do that. They did. It's what are you going to do about it? Hey, Acolyte at least says we could get to the point where we can attack through them. I think we're just dead, though. Like, but this is, I gave a golf clap, but this is, I've never seen anything like that. Speaker on 1, Radiant Fountain, Revitalize. That is, that is asking a lot of your sequencing, and Oppo got super lucky. We're gonna go Battalion Wingmare, though. Yeah, double creature. More Revitalize suggests it's statistically likelier than we're maybe thinking. Yeah, we basically have a draw step to find dead speaker, or we can't, or I'm gonna scoop. Like, draw step for a dead speaker, or let's move on. Yeah, no blocks, whatever. This is all about whether we can kill the speaker or not, and even then it's gonna be tough. Yeah, all right, we're moving on. Good luck with that, Farron. I'm glad you got there once, but that is not a plan. That is a story. Oh wait, do we have 4 wins? Maybe we're at 4-1? No, maybe we're at 3. Hold on. I think we're at 3 still. But that's the thing. The Radiant Fountain was required for them to make it on time, right? Like, that's what's ridiculous. All right, another keep without a 2-drop that we want to play on 2. I don't like that, but I'm going to keep again. We do have at least a nice 3. Maybe not a nice 3, a reasonable 3. Yeah, they were 3-color too. That was an unlikely thing for us to lose, but it happened. Hey, Doggy is a perfect draw, though. Happy about that. Oh yeah, you're right. The land only gave 2, so they still had it on without the land. Good point. Well, let's go Sword and Doggy then. I should have played second Doggy after combat. I just didn't feel like Oppo was going to block, so it didn't really matter. Well, and in this format, like, not only, like, they have to draw that on 1, because if they give it, if it comes any later than 1, we get to drop our creatures and keep them off of 27. I mean, I want to go training, looking for land number 5 so we can replicate her on 5. We might find another play anyway if we find a 2-drop. Yeah, it happens. I'm trying not to be salty, just saying, like, don't try that at home, kids. It's not going to be consistent for you. I can't tap white for a Cetessan training. But I like your moxie. Riddle form, planes, if they have the +1/+0 draw card, we could get messed up here, but even in that case, everything here still dies to these two. So we'll play the replicator and smash. Wow, Mutt, you know the Chrome Replicator is an artifact, right? Shh, don't tell Abo. Don't tell her. Shh. I was like, oh, Replicator down. Oh, maybe we're okay. All right, all right. We're going to gain life off Truffle Snout, make sure we don't somehow lose from 10.
He's a big pig. Yup, yup. You can be a big pig too.
All right. We said it was meh at the end of pack 2, but I said, don't worry, it's meh. It's currently not good, but then it got good by the end of pack 3. Mainly, we found three doggos by the end of the 3rd pack. It fixed our 2-drop situation. That was the big concern. Yeah, we got profit. Nice keep. When you get a card you already own, if you own 4 copies of a card and it's rare or mythic, you get gems instead. If it's but actually what happens first is there's duplicate protection. It gives you a rare you don't have. And then once you have all the rares, 4x of all the rares, it starts giving you gems instead. For commons and uncommons, it builds up a vault that eventually gives you some wild cards. Oppo doing some curve out here as well. That's the dream right there. Tranodon attacking for 4 on turn 3 is awesome. Yeah, we got a Malkin here. We could also Titanic Growth on blocks, but I'll save that. We'll do that coming up. We still need to just build a board for now. And as a 3/3, we can threaten to trade with Tranodon anyway. This is where the Vigilance is really nice. Second card each turn. A lot of things could blow us out here, but we're going to make them have it. We have some removal, just not finding it these days. Yeah, that's fair. Mike points out that by blocking, I set up so that we couldn't Basri onto two things. But now I kind of like, we could go short sword, equip Titanic growth. But I think we just go Acolyte, and then Acolyte on Acolyte next turn will be fine. Can't really attack, though. I don't want to trade Pride Malkin for a cat. Well, so far we're losing only to cheap rares doing their unusual thing. Yeah, I'm just going to do another Basri here. Replicator is going to get action next turn if they don't kill any Acolytes. We could send in, but not happy to trade anything right now. I'm going to wait till we have Titanic growth to work with. If they could just stop drawing 2 cards per turn, literally every turn. Literally every turn. Well built. Oppo really making this work. And at least in this case, like I was down on the Oppo that beat us with the 1/1 because they had to play a bunch of really medium cards and got really lucky to have it happen. In this case, I really like Joel Rael because you're playing your Sky Scanners, you're playing your Opts, it's fine. You're playing your trainings. Like, there's just many things that trigger it that are fine. So let's throw... I'm going to wait on Replicator. We could Replicator this turn and try to set it up for next. Yeah, let's just Replicator and do big work next turn. That's pretty good, but not the worst. We lose a 4/4, but we get to recast a Basri, so it's like taking away some of our action. But literally, they're just playing nothing but draw extra. It's quite insane. And we do have interaction. I swear, we drafted some. It's just never showing up against these big things. We need Hunter's Edge. I guess that's our problem. We really only have Hunter's Edge, so it's quite likely for us not to draw Reach Out and Kill Ya for annoying stuff like that. Got to start swinging away with the lifelink. We should be able to do some stuff here. Make some trades. Maybe I only send the Acolyte, though. Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's telegraphed. It is what it is. It's where we're at. I like these two, though. This is just like a 1-for-1. But maybe I just need to send everything if I'm sending. That's a great point. Joel Real's second ability, no joke. So let's get in. I think we're going to lose this one, so let's be aggressive and see if we can find our way somehow, some way. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we have 8, so we do get to survive with our lifelinker, so that's good. Suddenly manageable. Yeah, they really let us have a window there, didn't they? 6 mana, we can make a 5/5. I guess we just make a 5/5 and then worry about the other stuff later. Any attacks here? We could hook up a sword. And there's not even attack. So let's just make a 5/5. Well, we can play our whole hand this turn. If we put a sword on the Scourge, what do we get out of it? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They need to put like at least a bunch of good stuff on it. So yeah, we're gonna suit up the Wildwood and get in with it. 3/4 could be double blocked by Crab and just about anything else for a 1/1 that we don't want. So we're only gonna send in the Scourge for now. Great. Chumping is exactly what we want to see. Sure, that seems fair. Let's face Ugin. I was like, hey, don't take my sword. You can't take my sword. Well, if we'd drawn like a good creature right there, we'd still be in it, but all right.
I will destroy.
Yeah, this is going to be a really unfortunate loss because they played this awfully, but we're done for. We can't beat this active Ugin. That was our last chance, because now we play Wingmare, they go up to 7, and then even the 6/6 doesn't get it done. Oh, we don't even, is the 6/6 in? I don't think the 6/6 is even in. All right. The only thing stopping us so far are dumb rares. I think we're showing the value of Naya aggro in general. Oppos are needing something very specific and very powerful to disrupt what we're doing whenever we get any kind of reasonable draw. Like, we're just like playing commons and it's doing it. Yeah, maybe I should have played it out because we could find replicators, but we only get 1. We're not going to get 2 of them. And maybe there was a chance, but I'm fine. I don't... Maybe it was not 100% a loss, but awfully, awfully close. Nice. I'm gonna hold on Chorister. Well, let's see. Chorister represents a counter on Dryad, and it represents possible early lifelink damage. Yeah, I guess we do the lifelink, because a couple points of lifelink damage is going to be worth it over bigger Dryad long term. And also we just might curve out. Like, we have a good curve out, so we should play to our curve out. From ICUP to Medicare for All, this is just a very medical group of opponents or something. Medicare for All showing bronze. Might be a very new player. Don't know exactly. It was the mittens, right? The only reason that whole Bernie Sanders photo went way viral, it was the mittens, right? Like if he had just been wearing some... If he had been wearing the types of gloves that Joe Biden would wear, I think it would have been a non-issue. Yeah, I got to keep that head warm. I don't understand, right? You're doing all this work to stay warm, and you don't keep your head warm? Come on, Bernie, you're like pushing 80. You're supposed to know this stuff by now. All right, we're going to go Ring Wingmare here, then we get double white spell next turn for Big Dryad. No attacks, though. Bernie's probably like, what are you all talking about? I just went to the inauguration. Four is not five. We get to pump this next turn. Do that. Oh yeah, that's right. We do have bounce protection with Wingmare. There's no unsummon. Oh wait, no, never mind. We don't. They have Arcanist. Protection, reprotection, Mike. I don't think anybody wants me to do a whole game as Bernie Sanders. Priceless. I could drop a Blossoming Sands, but Plains gives us Courser activation this turn. They're only showing one power on board. I'm going to go for a full swing. Grandpa Simpson's pretty good. Oh, that's just my generic old man voice. I'd have to listen to Grandpa. I got to do Old Man Simpson. A game is Old Man Simpson, except all of my old man stuff is Magic Boomer stuff, so I got to complain about 1993 and speak sing for an entire draft. Like, what's his name from Fred Schneider from B-52s? I got me a watchdog, it's getting in the red zone, and now I'm gonna pump my chorister. I got me a dryad, it's big as a whale, and it's about to set sail. It was big as a whale. I'll go Chorister Pump. Well, I can't attack with the doggies because of the of that, but we can go Chorister Pump. No, they have Chorister Pump block wall, so I guess we play Scourge for X of 4. Although maybe I just need to wait so we have a 5/5 that can actually attack through that. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on the Scourge. Oh, if they double, it's lethal. Okay, then yeah. So let's see, Alpha, and yeah, here's me trying to control the board again, right? Thanks, chat. And I wanted to get this next turn anyway, so that's nice. It's like, I basically get to do my plan anyway. Make a Scourge that's big enough, but they don't, they can take 2 and we get some life. So thank you for catching that, chat. Almost punted. Now they can't double block or they lose. No, they can double block. Okay, we'll take the turn for the Scourge now anyway. And then next turn, Truffle Snout makes the Scourge bigger.
Just press 1, thank you.
Apparently, there's a real problem with my Social Security, and I need to call that number, or else, like, my life is going to be wrecked. I should call that number, and, like, whoever answers, just do whatever they say. Just whatever they say, or else my life will be wrecked, right? Oh. Well, I was trying to figure out how they were going to win, but then this made it easy. Yeah. What? I need to go buy a bunch of gift cards to solve this problem? Okay. They need to put, like, public service announcements on television, because that's the only place where old people are looking anyway. Young people are. We need public service announcements for old people to understand that when someone you don't know is asking you to solve a problem, like to solve this problem they're telling you about by buying gift cards, red flag. Like, make sure that your elders in your life, you never know who's susceptible to the tricksters out there. But man, so many of them operate on the what you're going to need to do is go buy some Target gift cards and send them. You know, like the second that you hear, you're like, come on, old folks. Nobody official is going to have you pay for your problem in gift cards. Well, a similar problem we've been having in this event, no 2-drop, but some decent enough extra stuff to keep. We need a plains before we get double Basri, but we're keeping this. You don't know what I'm talking about, Robert? Oh, there's scammers who call people and tell them that they're the IRS, the government, the police, the whatever, and that you're in serious trouble, and the only way to deal with it is to help us. We're gonna solve it for you, but you need to pay us by giving us gift cards. And it's just like, it's the most ridiculous thing, but at the same time, it works. People fall for it. All right, with a second battalion, we're going to go with that. I don't even, like, we could send in and know that we have feet plus training. I'm going to send in, if they block, we feet, and then we'll train to do something else with our mana. But I'm not wanting to not attack here. Although, man, it feels like Goat Master, I don't know. I don't want to block. I don't want to block, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to do it. Okay, great. That's what I wanted. Canopy Stalker. Let's see. I guess we accept one trade. Well, we could also just, with the Alpine... I'm going to change my plan here. I'm going to go Alpine Watchdog, and I'm going to train it up. You, like, hold feet? Yeah, I guess we could hold feet. But I kind of don't care if they kill any of these. So I'm not going to hold feet. I'm going to let... go for it. Kill one of these. Although this thing, let's see, must be blocked, right? So maybe I don't want to do... Yeah, I do want to hold up feet. You're right. The must be blocked means I hold up feet. Good call. Without the must be blocked, though, I would just go ahead and train. And we could attack here, knowing that the feet is held up. But I'm going to say no. Mike says swing both. I'm going to try and goad the goat here into... Let's see if they want to send here. No. I like Acolyte on the battalions, and we keep the Watchdog around. We can even send the dog here. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Do this. Start making the battalions big. Prepare the doggies to be small. I'm playing clearly way more conservatively than Mike wants to. But... okay, they're going to do this, sure. Selfless survivor for doggy. Huh! I thought for sure they were going to use the survivor there. So, all right. I could put a Wingmare out and none of us will cast anything ever again. I didn't believe it was going to be an eat. I don't know. I'm not playing this very well. I'm kind of trying to play to get off air, I think. It's not the best. Because I'm feeling a little behind on life. But yeah, I did assume they had a trick. It didn't mean that that it was not the right thing to do. Yeah, so Acolyte on Acolyte, swing all, right? And then we gain a bunch of life and have Lifelinker on the backside. They have double blocks on the Acolyte to kill it, but they're ones we're okay with. So that's a, you know. It's going to be 2 for 1 if they take out the Acolyte. I'm wondering what they want to do with this savior, what it's for. Is it to save battalions? I don't know. So now I'm going to presume that they don't have tricks, and this is just to trigger the battalions, and I'm going to try and eat here. And now with training and feet, we can get a lot of life. That's good. Can we just win? 6... Getting through. I'm going to train Acolyte, first of all. See what we draw. You like train 6/5? Oh, it does give it trample. I just want all the life I can get. That's fair. It does give it trample, but I want to train the lifelink. I want to train. I want to keep. I'm keeping our life total high, but it's possible if we train here we could have a win. But I don't think we have a win, so I actually like training on the lifelink. That's fine. They do have block, sack, survivor on one of the lifelinkers, so really we are effectively at a virtual 8. Not a virtual 10. So if they're paying attention, I can leave back. I want to send leave back a battalion, actually. Right? And actually, we might as well send. I like sending both. Yeah, the trample lifelinker is correct, right? Because then if they block that. Yeah, we could do it this way. Yeah, I like Mike's idea. We do it this way, and then it works. And they're not doing it anyway. They're going to give us that life. Nothing here trades, so we just get to hold the feet for the crackback. They finally use the doggy. But feet on crackback should keep us alive here. And if we put a feat here, we get a 4/5, which is not enough to kill these, but enough to kill here. If we get 4 here, that's not. We have to block one of these though. So unfortunately, but we get to. We should win on the crackback unless they have something real nice. We've got the edge. All right. Well, not my best magic there, but somehow, once again, as is the theme of this stream, punting my way to max wins. Not as difficult here in the silver mines, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Mike, I was playing that pretty fast and loose. If that was like a pro tour, there's some more thinking to do there about what exactly we're playing around and the exact math of it all, you know. Look, we got extra gemmage here. We'll make note of that. And claim our full prize. So yeah, I'm sure I was risking some various losses here and there, but Definitely getting squirrely and loose here at the end of the stream. Extra long stream today. We did an event. I wasn't going to go super long, but we went pretty darn long. I am not doing a full set review, but I have up on YouTube, there are some individual card reviews. We'll do some more of those tomorrow around here. I'm going to take Monday off, and then on Tuesday, we will not do a set review, but we'll do a review of the set, if that makes sense. Set review meaning card by card. I'm not going to do that, but let's take a holistic view of the set and see what we can learn from it before we dive in for the streamer preview on Wednesday the 27th. Okay? Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. We'll catch you for more action, and looking forward to Kaldheim with y'all. Bye. David, I ranted about that very thing. I don't know if it's on YouTube right now, but I do not believe that Quick Draft should be ranked. They should not encourage people to push up their rank in Quick Draft. Quick Draft should have shark repellent in it, but instead it has shark attractant in it. Yeah, that's right. Worth mentioning, Hat points out tomorrow, Mama and who is the other person? I want to give credit where credit is due. But some folks, kind folks around here did the math on the final Chat versus Ryan record on Zendikar. Turns out it's even. We're 50-50. 28-28. On Zendikar Gauntlet drafting. So we're going to have the final Zendikar Gauntlet draft tomorrow to see who wins the format. Now, I like Zendikar too much. This is going to be my win tomorrow. I'm taking the format. My format. Thank you, Magic Star. Loser has to talk like Bernie Sanders. Can some of you do a Bernie Sanders impression? Because I'm not going to need to do it. All right. We will find someone worth rating. Because if they're worth rating, we have to do it. No more corporate interests in our raids. The people must choose who we raid. Mobius. Well, nobody has picked, so I'm going to pick. At least I don't see. Yeah, I don't see any raid captain. Let's go say hi to our friend Mobius. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I've had a fun week. We've had a lot of success as we've plowed through the end of this format. I mean, we max won twice today. We max won yesterday, so we're just kind of on a tear. That's why I figure chat is probably going to take my hair tomorrow. Actually, it's like I haven't lost all week. 07, right? Let's see if you can do it.